Alright guys, time for another Steven Universe episode review, and we have now come to Zoltron, the boy from the future, or future boy, or whatever the fuck it was called. Anyway, so this episode is actually, for the first time, we kind of get our first Mr. Smiley-centric episode. Yeah, we get our first ever Mr. Smiley-centric episode. I mean, again, it doesn't really focus, it kind of focuses on him on the end, but yeah, I guess you could count it as a Mr. Smiley episode. Anyway, so Steven accidentally breaks a fortune-telling machine, and he is, rather than be exiled from Funland again, he more or less takes up the role of Zoltron, and pretends to be Zoltron for the rest of the day, which, in and of itself, is really hilarious. So, anyway, the story centers around Steven, being in the future, pretending he's the robot and giving people advice, and it leads to some very hilarious situations, such as, there's a moment in here where, basically, Lars and Sadie, who it almost feels like Lars and Sadie in here feel like they're already in a relationship, like how the dialogue kind of plays between the two, it almost feels like, they're already in a relationship, so I was like, have they just decided to start going out? But yeah, I thought the dialogue between them felt very much relationship-y, so I guess they are, unless I'm told otherwise? I don't know. But yeah, I think the funniest bit in here in this entire episode was, the moment where Onion has a crowbar and he's about to break into, the Zoltron machine, and Steven goes, "The only thing I see bars in your future," and Onion considers it, goes back, and then he comes back with the crowbar and a ski mask on. Oh man. Yeah. I also love the moment where Steven's talking to the eye patch guy. He's like, "Zoltron thinks that's a question for your doctor." I was like, oh god. Yeah. I also love the little bit in here with, where we're kind of poking fun at, I know Sinbad's no longer the voice actor, but I like the bit of, them making fun of his adult humor, routine when he was a comedian. And in here later on we get to the main point of the episode, Steven reuniting a friend of Mr. Smiley's called Mr. Frowny, who in here, his whole thing was that he has this crippling depression, and it's hilarious. And I love the moments where Steven is trying to figure out all the right things to say, and then along comes Garnet, and Steven's like, I need your future vision to help this random stranger I just met, and she just goes, "All right, that seems like a logical use of my powers." She just gives him his future vision, and it's literally the Kobayashi Maru every single time whenever he tries to look into this guy's future. Every single time, it's a no-win scenario. But yeah. This episode was a nice little mixture of a fun slice-of-life episode with, with some feels to it. And yeah, this is a pretty good episode. Not a lot else happens in here, other than it's just Steven dorking around and just being adorable. Again, I liked how, again, this was kind of a Mr. Smiley episode. There was some great humor in here. I really did enjoy the, again, I think my favorite bit in here was probably, hands down, the moment with Onion. I really laughed at the moment with Onion. I thought that was hysterical. Yeah, and you're probably wondering, why the hell this has nothing to do with Blue Pearl or anything. Why do you have an image of Pearl here? I just kind of felt like I couldn't really find anything revolving around Zoltron, so I decided to just showcase some artwork, which I found. Which, again, I can't find the artist again, so unfortunately I can't credit him or her for this beautiful piece of artwork. But, yeah, I wish I could, but again, I just found this on the internet, and I was like, man, this is beautiful. I really wish I could showcase, promote the artist and tell who they are, but unfortunately I couldn't, sadly. Anyway, so next week's episode is going to be called Gem Harvest, which I'm pretty sure Yeah, I'm 100% sure we're finally going to figure out what Peridot meant when she thought the gems were going to harvest her. So I'm really curious to see where that's going to go. I'm very curious to see how they're, how that episode, how Gem Harvest is going to play out, because I've got a feeling it's not going to be pretty. We're headed back into some dark territory once again, people. That's how I think that's the road I think we're headed down. But anyway, Zoltron was a lot of fun. I dug the jokes. I loved how Steven was just like, I really don't want to be, thrown out or anything like that. And I would like to see this kind of carried out. This is Steven's job now. He has to, juggle between training with the gems, and now he has to run around and be Zoltron for a short time because, he has to pay off thousands of dollars. I mean, they're still keeping, Greg has, millions of dollars, so who knows? Maybe they'll keep this as a constant. Who knows? Anyway, so what did you guys think of this episode? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.